And on a side note, why am I doing this reset? Because I want to be ready. I want to be primed, top condition for the next bull run. Don't want my head in the sand, okay? And like I said, I've given you some of my biggest plays. Play number one, elephant.money, the futures contract. People are sleeping on it. The chart doesn't lie, and the numbers don't lie. It's a great contract, one of the best, and that's why I'm heavily participating in it. Zen, minting Zen NFTs.
Cryptoslo, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Cryptoslo, more crypto gains. What's going on, guys? So, I've had a lot on my mind lately, and I wanted to talk about it today. What I'm doing in 2023. Information overload. And not only information overload, but lack of good information. It's very easy in the bear market for everyone to have their heads buried in the sand or all looking in the same direction. And, I was thinking about that, a couple days ago, and I was like, I'm going to miss the new narratives for crypto. No one knows for sure what the narratives of the next bull run are going to be. But if we're in our old ways, we're going to completely miss out on opportunities. And as I've always said, every day in crypto is a new opportunity. So what are some things that I'm doing with this information overload and my great reset? Well, first and foremost, pruning of social channels. So I started looking through the social channels, and I started to get, let's just take YouTube. I ended up with a bunch of car stuff in my feed, and I was like, that's not helpful. It's fun and it wastes time, but what value is it given to me on perspectives and points of view of trying to stay on top of crypto? Which if you know anything, staying on top of crypto is a full-time endeavor. It just never sleeps and never ends. So, first I hit my YouTube and I just got rid of non-value added channels that basically, not that they're not good channels, just that they are social time wasters. You get into the habit of checking these feeds and just, oh wow, look at the new Super Twin Turbo, Super Lambo. That's great. It's good. I have stuff like that, but you have to keep it in check because it'll slowly start to consume a lot of your time. Next, a big one, Telegram. Oh my gosh. I had 70 channels. 70 channels. I was just like, it's cool and all of hanging out in other communities and being supportive. But first and foremost, ask yourself, do I have a active stake or investment? Because in a specific channel, because, it takes away the growth of your bags if you're spread too thin on Telegram, because you're jumping around in all these channels, these hangouts, these lounges, So I did a big reset on my Telegram. I got rid of a ton of channels, and I want to support and focus on the communities that I'm in, like Elephant Money, like Zen. That's where my efforts should be, staying an active part of the community. Because if you are on 20 different channels, you have no time to actually participate. And I think sometimes when Telegrams go dead, it's because the participants are in too many channels, and then you miss opportunities, So yeah, Telegram. Do an audit of your channels. Be active in the projects that you have bags in, and maybe limit your social Telegram channels to 1 or 2 channels, channels that really don't provide a lot of opportunity. Okay. 3, personal health. During the bull market, it's easy to get high off the hog and get fat. So, I've recommitted to upping my game in fitness, because at one time I was in crazy shape. I worked out like 15 times a week. I could run 5-minute miles, and I was ready to go. So what are some things you can do? Baby steps. Okay, baby steps. I started running again. I'm keeping it. I add 0.1 to my speed every week. The reality is, you're like, well, that'll take forever to get up to a fast mile. No, it won't, because fitness is about consistency. Okay. Number 2, cut the booze during the week. Unless you're like going out to dinner with your wife or something, maybe you could have a glass of wine, but no bourbon during the week. I love alcohol. But on the weekend I can have a couple. Just recommit and be present in your fitness. I was watching Netflix burning through episodes, and it just killed the intensity of my workouts, and just you get soft really quick. So it's like recommit to fitness. And on a side note, why am I doing this reset? Because I want to be ready. I want to be primed, top condition for the next bull run. Don't want my head in the sand. Okay? And like I said, I've given you some of my biggest plays. Play number 1, elephant.money, the futures contract. People are sleeping on it. The chart doesn't lie, and the numbers don't lie. It's a great contract, one of the best, and that's why I'm heavily participating in it. Zen, minting Zen NFTs. No coin tool crap. That's just stupid. I'm in a couple NFT projects, and I'm keeping dry powder on the side in case there's a massive dip. But the way it's looking, Bitcoin could go up to 25 to 30K possible on a short-term run. So I'm not, that was one of the other things, is getting shook out so much that you're just like only in stables, and you got to be in. Even if it's 20%, 30%, you got to be in, because long term, it'll go up if it's blue chip, right? So don't get completely shook out. Keep enough stables on the side that it's meaningful money, that you can do things, make moves if you need to. That was a big number 4, was just getting shook out completely on crypto. I really do believe BNB is it's gonna shine. It's gonna shine in this next bull market. I would expect no less than 1 to 2K from BNB in the next bull, like full bull. They're burning the coins. It's a great chain. It's a great chain. And new things. That's last, number 5. How much of your time do you spend researching DYOR, not being spoon-fed, DYOR, looking for interesting, legitimate projects or narratives? Okay? Like, I started sitting back and I'm just like, man, I'm really not committing a good solid chunk of my time block to research. And that's important. Otherwise you're gonna miss the next bull run. You'll be the guy on the side instead of the guy in the street running with the bulls. Okay, do you want to be on the guy on the side of the street, or do you want to be the guy running with the bulls at the head of the pack? It's a lot to think about. It's definitely a lot to think about. So with that being said, the great reset will begin. And I got all kinds of interesting stuff, like the Chat GPT, leveraging that. I might split my channel into some segments. It's kind of annoying on Telegram when you have those sub channels, because I think it decreases your engagement in your main channel. But I have to try new things and see how they work out. So I might be doing some trading with a small percentage, like I've always said, less than 5%, just leveraging certain things. So Hope you liked today's video. Let it all sink in. Watch the video again if you have to. And, you know, the question I have for you is, what are you doing to make 2023 great? Like, subscribe. This is Cryptoslo. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.